So, hi.
Hi, Amy. Thanks so much for
Hi.
joining me.
I'm so happy to do this.
All right, so tell us the big news. You are taking over the big job.
The big job, the Cook Political Report job that has been held by one person for the last 37 years. Charlie Cook, of course, founded this in 1984. And starting on August 1st, I will be its second ever publisher and editor. And it will be called still the Cook Political Report, but with a little addition. It's the Cook Political Report with Amy Walter.
I like it, the width.
The whip, right? You just put a little bit underneath there. I mean, the brand is so strong,
Right.
and Charlie is so well respected that, of course, we wanted to keep that. And we're keeping the team as well. We've got the same team that Dave Wasserman has been with us for the longest time, but we have two other folks who are fantastic. Jessica Taylor, who covers Senate governors for us, Allie Flynn, who does all things digital and subscriber. So we are ready to tackle this midterm, which is going to be crazy.
Crazy to say the least. Well, first of all, congratulations. Thrilled for you. Love
Thank
the
you so much.
political report. Talk though a little bit about a couple of things. I want to ask first, you are a woman in a very male-dominated industry. You're taking over, going to run this obviously steeped franchise. What does that look like? I know you're not changing all of the people around you, but are you going to look to make some changes?
And you probably noticed this too. I mean, when I first got into this business, so it was in the late 1990s, it would be often where I was the only woman in the room. And thankfully, that's changing a lot. And we're starting to see more and more women now, not just get into jobs as political reporters and such, but also, filling the higher ranks as well. So I love seeing that. But you're right. I mean, you're still working in a world of politics where so many of the people who are engaged in it, it's sort of seen still as something of a contact sport, right? And that this is where I think women can bring a different perspective. And I think there's something really powerful about the fact that the last two elections, the biggest winners, at least at the congressional level, have been women, right? Democrats brought in a class of women in 2018, Republicans in 2020. But I think what that speaks to is the interest that so many people have in politics, but also in politics that reflects them, right? That for too long, when people they looked on the TV set or they looked at Congress, they looked at elected officials, and they saw folks that didn't really look like them.
Right.
And now they're finally able to see that. So, look, I think what I bring to the table beyond having, the many years of experience and working with Charlie is the fact that I'm a woman, and I have that experience both of coming up in this world, but also, and I hope I'm able to do this, mentoring the women who are coming up along the way. And you and I are really lucky because we get to see so many of these women every day. Yeah. And I'm so proud of folks that have worked with us who are going on and doing bigger and better things. When I was the editor at the Hotline, I felt like my job there was simply to groom people to get picked off by Politico and others. Many of them were women. So I do think we're I'm hoping at a moment here where this generation of women is coming up. They're going to be continuing to take over and then bringing more women up along the way.
Totally. I agree with you 100%. Before I let you go, I want to ask, you said crazy midterm. Talk about forecasting. What is changing there? What should we be expecting? Any sneak tidbits of what you're already starting to see?
I mean, look, we know that redistricting is the big wild card, right? And so what I'm really looking to see is, it feels a little bit like a game of chicken right now at the state legislative level. Which side will decide to get more aggressive or maybe pull back, right? Will we see uh, Republicans in one state really go all in and say, we're going to draw as many districts as we can. We're going to, kind of go full out. Will Democrats then follow suit in a couple of states that they control? Or will we see maybe be a little more sort of cautious, trying to get as many seats as you can, but not going all in? So those, I think, are the first things we're going to watch for as these lines start getting drawn. By the end, I guess we'll start seeing some of the drafts coming out September through October, November. So that's one big thing. And then, Anna, you know this as well as anybody else, the candidates matter. Who on the Senate side, who comes out of these primaries? Obviously, former President Trump wants to play a big role here. Outside groups want to play a big role here. But the candidates themselves, they actually matter. And this is why I love covering politics. And I think the folks who I work with love covering politics, because every one of these things becomes critically important. It's not just, yes, the political environment matters, the issues matter, of course. Being a good candidate, running a good campaign, being smart and understanding the moment that you're in as a campaign is going to be critical.
Well, certainly no shortage of things to cover, from redistricting to candidates. And I just want to say, from all of us at Punchbowl News, we wish you the best of luck